Congratulations. There's a couple of things I wanted to check with you. First, I don't know if I know you were out with the COVID protocol. Are you okay and healthy and everything? Want to make sure you are. Or...
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine now. Yeah, so my when the Big East came around, unfortunately, that was my second time with COVID then. So I was used to COVID by then, but I felt good mentally, health wise. I'm perfectly fine now. Yeah, ready to go.
So glad to hear that. I wondered if there was anybody on the team that you really like to go against in practice or drills, somebody that really keeps you sharp, because reading up on you a little bit, the way you've blocked or saved, it's been very different athletic ways and all that. There's got to be somebody who keeps you on your toes, maybe in practice from your own team. Is there anybody like that?
I mean, having three goalkeepers here at Marquette, we all keep each other on our toes, testing each other in practice, goalkeeper training with Graham. We're all testing each other, pushing ourselves to the best of our ability, really. But then when we get involved with the outfield players, the technical, tactical of the outfield players, they're excellent, always pushing us. Their shooting ability is very good, so that's testing our range as well. So that pushes us to be better every time, gets us ready for game situations where we're going to be pushed to our max.
And then can I just ask as well, how do you feel in overtime? That can put a lot of focus on somebody in your position. Are you comfortable, confident, a little bit nervous every time? How do you feel?
I'm always relaxed going into games. Going into overtime, it's just a bit more fun, a bit more game time. It's an extra 20 minutes to play, especially yesterday. It was fun because I knew if that got the 20 minutes out of the way, it'd go to penalties where I can shine. So I don't mind overtime. I'm used to it now. Out of the 10 games I've played this year, 9 of them have gone to overtime. So it's just a thing really now. It's a reoccurrence.
Thank you.
But yeah, I love overtimes. Thank you.
Dan Avington, go ahead.
So your personal journey to this point has been unique, coming from England and then transferring from D2 to D1, now starting and keeping a clean sheet in the NCAA tournament. What has this journey been like for you?
Been a very good journey. I mean, the end goal eventually was to get to a Div 1 school and go to the NCAA tournament. I went to the NCAA tournament with my old school, but it's always a bit different at D1, a bit more pressure on, a bit more of a spotlight. But it's been a very good journey for myself. I'm just glad to be in the NCAA tournament now, heading towards the Sweet 16. Obviously, the final goal is to get to the Final Four, then the Final Two, and then win it overall and take Marquette there. That's the plan. That's what I set out to do. When I spoke to the coaches back in February 2020, that was always a goal for me and the coaches to get as far as we can and make history with this program.
You mentioned that your mindset was relaxed during overtime, but heading into penalty kicks, that's a bit more pressure. Were you still relaxed during that? And what were your emotions like after that last shot went wide?
I was always relaxed going into penalties. I love doing penalties. They're what I thrive off. Not done many in my career, but when it comes to it, I always love doing penalties. I was hoping it went to penalties, if I'm honest, because then I can shine. But yeah, I was always relaxed. And then when I turned to my left and seeing it went wide, just overjoyed. Yeah, seeing everyone running over to me, Alan and the rest of the lads. It was good.
Megan Caffrey, go ahead.
Hey, Chandler, just kind of following up about that. When we were talking to Coach about you, he was even just saying you thrive on pressure. You love having the opportunity to work. You were just talking about it a little bit, but how much does the added pressure that now becomes those situations, how do you kind of feel that extra adrenaline? Could you take us a little bit deeper into how you just chomp at the bit to get to penalties and extra minutes and everything?
I mean, just grinding through games. Yeah, yesterday was a heavy game. There was a lot of, we knew LMU were going to throw the ball into the box a lot more than any other team. They were always going to come in, throw a ball, loads of crosses. They were a big set of lads. Their two centre halves was 6'4" and 6'5", I think. So they were always going to chuck a lot of pressure onto us. I mean, one of my biggest strengths is defending my area, coming out and collecting as much as I can, punching on it. And I think we did a good job protecting me and being able to come out. And then that's the first couple where I managed to get punched on it. That took the pressure off me and the team, I think. So that set this tone for the rest of the game. And then during the game, just sticking it out, stuck to keep my mind focused, and I knew that I'd be able to get to penalties.
Nick Galley, go ahead.
Yeah, when you guys pull off such a close win in a game like you had yesterday, how do you guys kind of use that win for next round? How do you kind of carry that momentum against Indiana?
I mean, us now as a team, we just think we're the best. We are very confident in ourselves. We feel like we're the team to beat now. Defensively, we're very strong. We feel like we can't concede, so we feel like anyone that comes at us now, we're going to beat them. That's the confidence we've got as a team now. The lads are all full of spirit today. looking forward to it. Had a bit of a rest day today, but we're back at it again tomorrow. Looking forward to go to Indiana on Thursday.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I really wanted to ask you about your penalty kick shot. I think you went top right.
Yes.
Something like that? And I understand that you work on that, that you work on a couple of different things. How did you decide what shot you're going to take? And tell me about, how much you work on that. Is this been for years and years and years, or if you worked on a couple of things specifically with this strange season?
So good question. Personally, I think everyone has their different way of approaching it, but personally, I go into the mentality of knowing where I'm going to shoot before I even go up to the penalty, just so I can be, sure of where I'm going. We've been taking penalties in practice, so at the end of each practice, we take our PK, and so I think that also gave us some confidence in taking that PK and knowing where we're going to go. So.
Do you ever track in practice how many times you're accurate? Like I always want to, guys who do free throws in basketball, they know they shoot 9 out of 10. Do you ever like set certain goals for yourself? Like I got to make 9 out of 10, or how do you fine tune something like that? Yeah.
So in practice, it's you can say a little more unrealistic just because your goalkeepers know exactly where you're going at that point. You've shot a couple PKs on them. So you kind of have to switch it up sometimes just to, get the goal in. But for the most part, I think the last 2 practices I went my way just to be sure and where I was going, to be certain. And so yeah, I was practicing that shot at practices, and then I surely went that side and scored.
All right, we'll go to Nick Galley. Nick, go ahead.
Hey, Alan, congrats on the win yesterday. As a team, when you guys are in an aggressive battle like that, got physical often, 110 minutes of play, 0-0 for the entire game, how do you guys kind of stay mentally cool and have the right mindset in order to come out and pull that one out?
So, since the beginning of the season, we've really pounded on being together, and even rough situations, whatever situations we're in. We've obviously had a lot of overtime wins, as you guys I'm sure know. So we've been in this situation. It's nothing new to us at this point, and I think we were mentally prepared for it, I say. So yeah, we came in there confident, and just the hard work as a team just really demonstrated that, I think. Pull it out.
We'll go to Sam Marco.
Hey, Alan, I talked to Louis about, you guys being the underdog throughout the whole season. After this win, I know your guys you're shining through at the right time. How do you take this motivation and take it to Thursday's game against Indiana and another, big contest where you guys are probably going to be seen as the underdog?
Yeah, we don't really pay attention to that stuff, honestly. We go in there with the mentality that we're going to win. We go in there with not the mentality that we're the underdog. It's the same level as anyone else in this tournament. And realistically, anything can really happen at this point. So, it's knockout. So, we go in there with the confidence that we have, and we stick to the game plan, and that's what we do to get results.
Megan Caffrey, go ahead.
Hello. So one of your teammates, I'm pretty sure you probably heard it by this point, Lucas Sunnison, when he was talking to John Fanta, he was telling him how he calls your team mentality monsters, that you guys never stop believing in yourselves. I see the smile right there. So when you guys were just pulling out those penalty kicks, how was that proof of the fact that your team this season, you guys really are special? That mentality monsters, the fact that you guys don't stop believing in yourselves is a real thing.
Yeah. I think it's come from the very start of the season, like I've said, pulling together and just looking in the right direction, having no doubt and just really going all for it, with no doubt. And then just really being confident in ourselves and the person next to you, as a team, that they're going to just put in the work for you. And if you mess up, it's okay. It's just a mistake, and we move on to the next one. So I think just having that confidence in each other as a team has really got us to this point. And really just, it's all just a collaborative effort, really. So yeah, I mean, just being on the same page as a group, that's really just been good for us.